Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. And we are pleased to be joined by Justin Allgaier, the driver of the number 7 Branch Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports. How's it going, man?
I'm good, buddy. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Well, Justin, there were a couple of things. And of course, let's talk about your win a few weeks ago in Atlanta. I know the season didn't get off to the best start that you wanted it to, or it was an overall struggle for Junior Motorsports, but it looks like the win has turned things around a little bit for not just you, but for the whole company.
I hope so. Momentum is so hard to come by in the sport. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but, to win a race gives you so much more than just the victory, right? It gives you that momentum on your side. It really raises the spirit for everybody in our shop. We have such a great organization at Junior Motorsports, but to be able to win a race, it makes everybody realize that the hard work and the effort that they're putting in is validated, right? We also had 4 really fast Camaros at Atlanta, which is something that I feel like Atlanta for us has been okay. Harvick won a race for Junior Motorsports a number of years ago, I believe, at Atlanta. But for the most part, the last couple of years, we've just been okay. We've not been great. We've not been bad. We've just been okay. And so this time around was kind of a validation, right? And what's really funny about Atlanta was all 4 of our cars went completely different. We all had different schools of thought as to what was going to be fast at Atlanta. And we're not really sure which one was right because we were all equally fast, right? So we're not sure which one was the best. But truth be told, to get the win, to get it done early, to just have a good solid day, that's been the key for the beginning part of the years. We've just had terrible luck every time we've gone to the racetrack, and I think that just having a little bit of extra luck meant a lot to everybody. Not only that, too, first time for me having Exalta and Echo Park on the car, to win the Echo Park 250 in a beautiful race car. It doesn't get much better than that.
Speaking of sponsors, there was an announcement just a few hours ago that Hello Water, of course, a partner of yours, for the last few years, is going to be on your car at the awkwardly enough the second race in Atlanta, and they'll also be on at Watkins Glen. Go in about that partnership a little bit.
Yeah, so that's been a really fun thing for us. Hello Water is obviously a growing brand, but one of the cool things and kind of how it ended up at our place with us is they've actually gone together with Brandt. So they launched today a new line of defense water that has Cyto in it, right? So the Cyto is actually powered by Brandt. So they're actually the ones that are helping develop to be able to put this Cyto into the water and create this line of defense water. And obviously right now, with everything that's going on pandemic wise and all the things that we put into our bodies to try to help our immune system, right? This is going to be a great line of defense for all of us. And it's just a regular water that you can drink that tastes good. So, that's been super exciting. But then also too, to have them on the car and to announce the paint scheme today, which Ryan Williams, our in-house graphic designer at our shop, has absolutely been cranking out some of the coolest paint jobs that we've ever had this year. Not only just on my car, but on all the cars at Junior Motorsports. But I look at our Brandt paint scheme for this 2021 season, absolute fire. And then you have the Exalta Echo Park car that I ran a few weeks ago, looks awesome. All of our Unilever paint schemes that we're going to run throughout the course of the season, some of them have been unveiled, some of them haven't. They look absolutely fantastic as well. So just cool to see what quality art is coming out of our race shop, and I get to be the lucky one that gets to drive them.
Geez, more die casts for me to order.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Die casts are always good.
Die casts are always good, man. Don't have an Allgaier one yet. So anyway, we also have the Xfinity Dash for Cash that you're a part of this weekend, along with AJ Allmendinger, Harrison Burton, and can't forget the other one.
Noah, actually.
Oh yeah, no, of course, Noah Gregson.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be like? Obviously Xfinity has done a whole lot with the Dash for Cash program. $100,000 can go a long way.
It really can, and this is something that we say it a lot, and I think you'll hear a lot of drivers, a lot of teams, a lot of sponsors that will thank Xfinity for what they do for this series and for the sport and what they do. And it's truly because they are reinvesting back into the sport. We've seen that a lot. Marcus Lemonis has actually kind of done the same thing on another end on the Camping World side with the trucks. And it really, what it comes down to is this sport is special, right? The sport of NASCAR, we love what we do. It's a special sport, but it also takes everyone together collectively pushing us forward. And Xfinity for the last number of years has done that. They've been the catalyst that's really pushed everyone forward. They've put up the Dash for Cash program. They've had other programs that we've been able to do. We did the Philly Takeover, where we actually go to their headquarters in Philadelphia. And there's so many things that they do in market, out of market, just promoting our series first and foremost, but our sport as a whole. So the Dash for Cash program, $100,000, that is a huge boost to these race teams, to the men and women that are putting these race cars together. That's parts, that's R&D, that's time, that's somebody's paycheck, right? Like there's a lot of things that this can help and really grow these race teams and keep the ball going forward. And I've been lucky enough to win a few of them now. There's nothing cooler than going to victory lane, but when you get to go to victory lane and hold that check up, or even if you don't get to go to victory lane, I've been fortunate enough to win one where I didn't win the race, but I won the Dash for Cash. That makes a bad day good, right? It really gives you a huge boost of confidence. And the only thing that's a little bit tough on this though is Martinsville. Last time we were there, coming down to the end of the race, we finished 1, 2, 3, Harrison, myself, and Noah. And AJ Allmendinger led a bunch of laps and was actually leading the race and had a flat tire with about, 50 to go or something like that. So the four of us that are battling for this Dash for Cash, we're all four in the top 5. I would say a majority of the race last time we were at Martinsville. So things can get a little dicey. There's no playoffs on the line this time around. There's just that $100,000. So things can get a little bit dicey, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, me too. So, going into Martinsville this weekend, of course, the Xfinity Series hadn't been there in a long time since last year. And now you guys are going twice a year. Anytime you go to the paperclip, it's always going to be a show. What's it going to be like, on a Friday night with a lot of people watching? What's it going to be like getting around there?
Well, I think one thing that I want to say is that Friday night under the lights brings me back to my childhood, right? It brings me back to racing my local short track, battling out under the lights. That to me is just really cool, right? That atmosphere is going to be absolutely awesome. They ran the late model race there last year under the lights, and the things that you saw that you don't normally see during the day, the rotor glow, how bright it was, the sparks that come off of these cars, you were seeing things that we don't normally see. I think that the thing that's going to be interesting for me is how does it race, right? How does it race differently when the sun goes down? On top of that, you've had the Cup cars there for a couple of days now with the Gen 7 Cup car, and then also too with the rain tire testing that they had going on, where they were racing, to the middle, to the high side of the racetrack. Does that change the groove that we're going to race in? Because now there's rubber down up high where normally there's not. There's a lot of things that I think in my head I'm going to be kind of conversing over with myself when the race starts. The other part of it is, that this is kind of a new one for us. The weather in the spring Martinsville is always a little bit iffy, right? So you got to be prepared for that. There's just so many things that are so different from normal that I think that I'm excited for. I'm also nervous for, but I'm truly excited to get there and get the battle going.
And the next two, and of course, you got this track coming up, and then you got a track that you won both races at last year. Of course, I'm talking about Richmond coming up next. Could be a good stretch for your team, and then I realized that Talladega is in that stretch. Oh wait, you guys aren't going to Richmond. I just realized that.
We don't. Yeah, I'm super bummed about that, to be honest with you. Of all the racetracks that we don't go to this year for 2 times, I'm super bummed that we don't go to Richmond. But it's been really odd for us. So at the Xfinity Series, we had the Bristol Dirt Weekend off,
yeah,
which I was super bummed about.
Yeah, I know.
down. But then we had Easter weekend off. Obviously, a great time to be able to relax. We had a super low key Easter and spent time just our family and had a good time together. But then we go to Martinsville, and then we get another weekend off, and then we go to Talladega. And the nerves of Talladega for me, they never get any better. They never get any easier. So we got our work cut out for us. But I think then we go into a bunch of races that I'm excited about. We've run well at. We've had a good stretch of races at. So I'm excited for that. I think 2021 did not start off well, but the momentum that we're carrying, it's nice to go into the off weekends knowing that you have momentum on your side. If we had a terrible Atlanta, I think it would have been really hard to go through these off weeks and get that fire back. But truly, honestly, I feel like our team is gained fire, if anything, and we're looking forward to this next stretch of races.
All right. Justin Allgaier, thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully you get that $100,000 for the Xfinity Dash for Cash and the win. Good luck this weekend, man.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it, Casey. It's always good talking to you, and look forward to it. Hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. Maybe we win at Martinsville, get that Dash for Cash. You have me back on.
All right, man.